One second, we're just waiting to go live on Instagram. Okay, let's do it. I think we'll start playing the game. Where in the world is Carolina Daza?
No, stop. No, no. This is the end of the crazy traveling. I don't know week that I've had.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a crazy week in the mortgage industry as far as market
Yes.
rates, so forth. Um, we've we've just seen it not really move rates a lot, but we've seen a lot of news come out this week that's been just crazy. The first thing was a big one that we had to call clients for is that not only USDA, but FHA also came out and said non-permanent residents are no longer eligible for FHA insured mortgages, which means if they have a work visa, they can no longer purchase a home in the US. Fannie and Freddie have not followed that yet in conventional. However, I expect them to follow soon after.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people are kind of expecting that, right? For everyone else to kind of fall for all conventional and everything else to just follow suit.
Yeah.
I think there's, it's the beginning of something, right? It's
Yeah.
it's gonna take some time for us to kind of see that play out and really take effect. And hopefully people are aware of this that are looking to purchase that are in the process so they can move forward and get in there before that those guidelines become effective.
Yeah. And we'll touch quickly too because it is kind of a big news in the industry. Um, Rocket came out and bought Mr. Cooper
Yes.
for 9.4 billion, which you know, I've shared all of my own opinions on. I feel that they're not only trying to take up over the real estate world, they're just trying to take over ever, which steers our clients. We want our clients to have the best. And if you're just going to one company, you're not getting the best. So it's important really to educate your buyers, whether you're a realtor or loan officer, education, because we see a lot of things even coming out of there, even with spam mail that like, oh, I'll get you this rate. Well, where's your APR? Like, how much
Yeah.
cost you to get that rate? So I think that's really important to touch on as well. There's nothing we can do about it. Just keep doing your thing, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's a point, right? That like if they go to one, if they're only offering their rates, their products,
Yeah.
you're really not doing your client
Justice.
is yeah, like it's a disservice to the client. I think that's where we as brokers come in and we're able to really get these clients a much better deal, different, like give them options, right? Because
Yeah.
not everyone, I mean, it may not, everyone thinks that FHA is for first time home buyers right
No.
away. No,
Federal
FHA, I
Housing
need an FHA.
Administration.
And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not, so, and I'm not saying that these other lenders are going to tell them, oh, you got to go FHA, but I'm just saying we have other programs, other options for first time home buyers other than just your typical conventional and FHA loans. So, um,
And
yeah,
January is historically the lowest, but we did see some uptick in February, which I know I started to see. Um, I started to see things like multiple offers, but statistics across the board were up 2%.
yeah,
January is always slow. People are rebounding from the holidays, that holiday spending, so forth.
yeah.
So I think that's
And
important to
the
know.
South had the biggest increase at
Yeah, at that regional trends in the South, we had that biggest increase. Yeah, a
I lost
6.2%.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Did I lose you for a second?
Yep, it's okay. So 6.2% we had growth in Florida. Um, and then, you know, they are projecting that we see the Fed drop rates 3 times in 2025. And so I think that's important to note too, but we don't know what that will do to mortgage rates because again, we've talked about it too, is the Fed has really come along and said, you know, this is what they're going to do, but we don't know what that's going to look like and what that's going to look like to the market. So that could actually cause
Yeah,
mortgage rates to increase. So we won't
yeah.
know until that happens.
Something that I found interesting that I've read is the national, like the average savings rate for households went up by 4.6%.
Yeah.
So I think, and income, there was a lot of growth in income as well, which I think that this may be a sign that people are adjusting to the economy, how things are moving, how, I mean, for the longest we've been hearing everything's so expensive, groceries are so expensive. I think people are making the right adjustments and figuring things out, and that, or people are probably, just being very frugal these days, which is
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
We don't want to, because remember, if we spend without it making sense, that's when inflation and all that starts
Yeah.
affecting our mortgage rates more. So, I thought that was pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah, and I think it will be CFPB was actually reassembled too, which that's the Center for Financial Protection Bureau that really was instated after 2008 that is supposed to protect consumers from things like steering, from things like excessive points and so forth. And so I think that's important to note as well. A judge did block the firing of that. Now, if that is managed correctly, it's a good department because it does protect buyers, but just has to be managed correctly in what they're actually doing. So
Right.
I think that's important to note.
Right. And then I know you mentioned that we are expecting the rate cuts this
Mhm.
year. I think you said 3 of them, right? But
Yeah.
because I'm only bringing this up because I know I've been asked, when is the next rate drop? We don't know. Originally, we were expecting it in May, and now there is no hope for that to be in May. So now maybe July, and it's going to be a 25 basis point rate cut, and that's on the Fed rate. That's not on the mortgage rates.
Yeah. And Fannie Mae is
It could be a
projecting
good. Yes, it's just a projection.
end of fourth quarter um, and into 2026. So we're about a year delayed from where our analysis
Yeah.
was, but we also didn't expect inflation to be so high. Like they're saying is the 25% tariffs it could raise car prices $6,000.
That's insane. Yeah.
So you better hold on to your paid off cash car. And
Yes.
and listen, also, can we talk to our mortgage originators before we go get $1,000 car payments?
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Yeah.
What's the average for every $500 that if you have a $500 car payment, you're
That's
basically
$100,000 in house.
$100,000. And we know what $100,000 looks like when you're going out with a pre-approval. I mean, you can be on one side of the town or the next. So just be very cautious of that when you're looking to make a big purchase like that, for sure.
Yeah. It's really important, but I think the thing is we are seeing growth. We've seen multiple offers on multiple properties.
Right.
You just have to stick to it. It's just the time of year. I think we've had a really, really strong first quarter compared. This is a normal market again. Like everybody's expecting COVID back, but it's just not going to
Yeah,
happen.
no. And I think also another good sign, another good tip for buyers out there is in this market, it is crucial to partner up with an LO and an agent that work together and communicate, because I promise you, there's so many different strategies that I'm having to put together with my agents on the offers that are being submitted to make sure that the numbers work for the client. So I'm in constant communication with my agents to be like, okay, what about if we structure it this way or that way? What if we apply credits here? Or, okay, can you negotiate 3% versus 2% in credits? Because that's going to help them buy the rate down by X amount. So it's very important to partner up with people that are going to work together to make sure you get the best deal.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest advantage when you work with the right team.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well,
Yeah.
enjoy today. Just
Thank
training
you.
up some realtors. We have a new social media and classroom. Like we would love to see some of you guys in there
Yes.
and guests to us. We'll have an actual podcast room that we'll be reporting from and so forth in the future. And so we would love to have you guys and give you guys any information that you could pass on to your buyers as well. Okay?
Yes, correct. All right. I will talk to you later.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. I can't end this.